Yep, people, it's finally here. Marvel Zombies. And if you were thinking, boy, I'm gonna get some great story with this whole zombie thing, you're gonna see some superheroes out there and stuff. Oh, well, you're seeing that. It's just in the first episode, they choose the three women nobody gives a crap about and decide to run with that. I'm not a big fan of zombie movies. I mean, but even I can appreciate a Marvel universe full of zombies and how interesting and cool that would be. Well, they managed to make that less cool in this episode. Yeah. But what do you expect? That's what's going to happen because this is the new Marvel MCU mess we keep getting. But let's dive into this so we could all get an understanding of where this is going, right? So, yep, start off with Marvel Zombies. That's what we're getting. Get the same thing. You see a zombie walking through the forest there and gets shot in the head with an arrow. And I'm thinking, okay, all right, Hawkeye, this is pretty cool. If we could get certain heroes in here that actually turn out to be cool, we could get our Hawkeye, maybe we could get, probably like maybe two or three other heroes, off the top of my head, I can't give it away right now, but we could get something like that. It could work. Yeah, that seems like it could be interesting. And then I see an Iron Man armor with a bear's head, a teddy bear's head on it, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where this is going because this is exactly where this is going. Yep, we got the zombie world, and who do we see in this zombie world? Who are the heroes we're getting? Well, we have Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, because they will not stop trying to make this character relevant, no matter how many times it fails. Nobody's interested in this character, but they keep doing it. And along with Kamala Khan, we have Kate Bishop, who literally nobody cares about because you were in the Hawkeye series, and many will say that her performance in the Hawkeye series was better than in the comics. Personally, I found her annoying in the Hawkeye series, and she was even worse in the comics. And we have Marvel's greatest thief, criminal, and murderer, Riri Williams. And of course, like I said, there's an Iron Man armor with a teddy bear head on it instead of actual Iron Man because that would be cool. No, no. Instead, it's Friday instead of this armor flying around, and this is what we're getting. Because if you thought the Marvels was bad, these three together are worse. They're literally worse. And they're in this zombie world going around there and they see a Quinjet crash. So they run over to see if they could get some supplies or something from it. Go in there, don't see anything. There's this one passenger in there, and apparently this person swallowed something. Yeah. And Kate Bishop is all like, need to get it out of there, but she's not going to do it. So it comes down to Riri Williams and Kamala Khan, who decide to do rock, paper, scissors for it because this isn't a zombie apocalypse. This is what happens when three women take a road trip to places no one cares about and everyone hopes they stay gone. That's what this is. Yeah, that's what this is. So Kamala Khan loses and she uses her glowy hand powers. It still looks stupid. I mean, I don't know. It's like you're either gonna give her giant hands like what she has in the comics, or these, glowy, whatever we call it, things, and it just doesn't go over well. And she gets it out of it, and it's some kind of miniature something or another. And as they get going out, they're getting sniped, right, by arrows, and it's zombie Hawkeye, who's apparently, I mean, I don't know, you ever root for the zombies? Stop one there. You actually stop and root for the zombies, and I'm like, boy, I hope this arrow just takes them out. I really do. I really do. And apparently, Zombie Hawkeye hasn't lost any of his skills, really still good with it, but they managed to get away because why not? And they go back to Kate Bishop's house where the three of them live because once again this isn't zombie apocalypse. This is three women sharing a house and doing day-to-day things. Yes, that's what we want. So they're trying to they're yammering on like nonsense. And the thing that they got out of the guy in the Quinjet is apparently some kind of beacon, right? And it's been shrunk down with PIM particles. And the thing about it is that they realize that they need to get this to some shield base because the people who were working on this were working on it to some kind of cure for the zombie plague that is happening. So they need to get there. And Riri Williams is still the same insufferable pain in the ass as ever. I'm so smart. Oh, I'm me. That's why I was able to figure it out and all of this nonsense. I don't know. Kamala Khan is bad enough. Why do they keep trying to push this character on? Because you've literally ruined any good credit that Riri had. Well, actually, that was ruined long before because the comics did her no justice at all. The comic books, like I said, the comic were terrible. Her parents in Wakanda Forever didn't do any better. And that TV series literally completely ruined the character in all things because she came off as a selfish, self-centered, pain in the ass, criminal, thief, murderer who apparently makes deals with the devil. So I don't know why she hasn't called up Mephisto yet and say, listen, you could cure this zombie plague and, we could get things right once a week. I don't know. So, they yammer back and forth about going to this shield base to do things and what and the other. Riri, of course, is Riri as she normally does, and she's talking about it takes different things and the odds and then getting there and all kind of thing. And Kamala cannot help being the kid in the group. They keep trying to act like, she's like Spider-Man. The difference is that Spider-Man's quips and things are actually fun and entertaining. Kamala just comes off as, your annoying kid sister that you wish would just be quiet for 10 minutes. Yeah, that's what you get. That's really what you get. So they go on their road trip to where they have to go because, of course, they have to go on a road trip. Because, like I say, these aren't women this is not zombie apocalypse. This is three women who live together going out on road trips and things. That's what this is. So yeah, they head on out there. Meanwhile, zombie guy is there, and apparently Okoye is like the emissary of the Queen of the Dead, who is Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet, which we haven't seen yet. And she just walks around giving orders and stuff because apparently zombies talk and, can communicate and shit like that. I don't know. It just seems really, really ridiculous to me. So zombie Hawkeye is there and whatnot. And these women are out on their road trip playing I Spy with my little eye, and I'm just hoping, please let them see the zombie horde and this just be over. Just let it be over. So they come up and they find this mountain that has been literally like cut in half, if you will, right? And they don't know what the hell caused it, but they have to go through it. So they start driving through there and they see this storm there. And they realize, the storm clouds are getting closer and they need to get out of there. So as they start to drive now, blasts of energy and things come down from the sky. They hit their truck and then it goes flying, flips over, and then they have to run for their lives. They go and they hide, and there are these two beings fighting and the zombies are coming up behind them, and then, they get surrounded, they start blasting and all of that. And, the Friday Iron Man armor thing shows up. Kamala can use the powers to create some kind of energy barrier and them run through. And again, there are what's going on is that there are these two beings that are fighting, right? And one of them is Captain Marvel. Turns out zombie Captain Marvel is fighting some kind of, I don't know, robot man thing. And that's what's happening because, yeah, I guess that's a thing in regards to it. And zombie Captain Marvel notices them, comes flying down, and Kate Bishop decides to use one of this trick arrow thing that she got from Hawkeye, fires it, and apparently it just shoots out confetti. Yeah, that was just really stupid. That didn't work out. So, and I'm telling you, this was the part where I was like, oh my God, is this going to be a complete annihilation? Because Kate Bishop gets absolutely vaporized by zombie Captain Marvel. And it was beautiful to watch. When that happens now, Kamala Khan gets angry, runs over there, firing at zombie Captain Marvel. That doesn't happen at all. She's there battling it out. Again, zombie Captain Marvel is fighting something there. There's some stuff. So Riri Williams gets bitten, right? And she injects herself with something because apparently she has some, she tested out some kind of cure for it or something like that. But she tells Friday, the Iron Man suit teddy bear head thing, to take Kamala Khan and get her away, while Riri apparently tries to hold off the zombie horde, right? The Friday brings Kamala Khan there and tells her that she needs to survive. She has to go back to the lost owner. She goes back there. There's a big explosion. Zombie Captain Marvel is going after Kamala Khan as she runs along. All of this is happening. Explosion. She goes flying. She lands there. Somebody passes on a motorcycle and picks her up. She has a dream, and she wakes up, and who does she see sitting there? She's all freaked out of what's going on, and it's Blade. Yes, people, Blade makes his entrance into the MCU, not in live action, but in zombie Marvels. And the thing is, Blade is now the avatar of Khonshu, right? So basically, Moon Knight is the avatar of Khonshu. No, apparently Moon Knight is dead and Blade is now the avatar of Khonshu. And it's, the thing about it is that I'm kind of interested in this, but also kind of not interested in this. I'll tell you why. It is cool to see, Blade being the avatar of Khonshu. That is kind of interesting. That really is kind of interesting. One. Two, as to why I'm not going to do it, I kind of wanted to see how a vampire, or should I say a daywalker, would do in a zombie apocalypse. Like, would he have to drink some blood from the living people, or would he drink blood from the zombies? Would that work? Or, does he not have to drink blood at all anymore? Is he using his serum? What exactly is going on? That's what I'm kind of interested to see. But Blade is there and he's telling her certain things. And he tells her that, Khonshu sent him there to help her and he needs to get her where they go, and he tells her that, she and her friends were in the valley of the undefeated gods, I believe he calls it. Two cosmic level beings constantly battling each other. Since both of them can't be destroyed, they won't stop. And, Kamala Khan is all upset because, her friends have died. And I am like, this is going to be a Kamala Khan story, isn't it? This whole thing is going to be about how she can save the world. Why do they keep trying to make this feel relevant? I don't know. So Blaine says he's going to help her. They go out, riding, traveling across the place. They need to get to somewhere. They go there and they ride up there, and there's a big horde of zombies protecting this base. Somebody's talking to them from the inside. They tell them that why they're there. The zombies move to the side, and there we get Red Guardian, Yelena, and guessing Yelena's Soviet mom or something. I don't even remember the woman's name. And she apparently created some device that could have been used to control humans, but apparently now it could be used to control zombies, and that's what's going on. So we're going there, and Kamala can tell that they need a shield computer to access this because it has some information on it on how to stop the zombie apocalypse. Red Guardian of them, you know what? We have a shield computer. Come on in. So they're analyzing it, and they get to find out what it is exactly is going on with it now. Right? It turns out that this device, as I said, is a beacon. And what it does is that it will send a signal into space to the Nova Core. And apparently, the Nova Core have the technology to heal the planet or something and, get rid of this zombie horde that's taken over the world. But the thing is that ever since the zombie apocalypse happened, there's some kind of like jamming signal around the entire planet, and the only way to get this signal out, they will need to get it out into space. Meanwhile, at that time, Okoye and the rest of the zombie horde shows up there. You understand me? They all arrive there to come and enjoy the place. The rest of the Black Widows, because they're there as well, go out there to fight the zombie horde. They charge down there and all of that, and then they start blowing them up. But the rest of them come charging through. They even have like Captain America, who is a zombie now, but is only a top half. The bottom half of him is gone. That's what it is. So they're in there, they need to fight, and one of the other Red Guardian wants to fight Captain America because they're going to sing songs about it. In comes Cap, who's only at top, and even as just at top, he's giving him hell, beating the crap out of him. It's fun to watch and all of that. You see, there he is swinging around with just his top because his entire bottom half is gone. It's weird. That's what's going on. But Red Guardian finally manages to squash him completely, and that's the end of him. Abomination comes charging in there. Ghost shows up as well, zombie ghost, and kills the rest of the widows. Right? So they all need to get out of there. Right? Yelena's Soviet mom decides that she's going to stay behind to slow them down while the rest of them escape, right? So she activates this thing to control the zombies. They stop. Okoye comes in there and is all you control the zombie horde, and she tells her no, science controls them, and then she basically throws a spear into her and kills her. Why you didn't think to just, I don't know, while you have them under control, have them literally attack and rip apart Okoye? No, instead you decided to stand there and have a conversation with the undead bitch. But whatever, that's your business. So Zombie Ghost shows up, and Blade does some interesting and pretty cool sword fighting. Some of the action scenes aren't bad, but this one actually looked pretty good. Cut set of pieces, which is cool. That's what's happening. They all jump on motorcycles and are riding out of there. Zombie, Abomination is after them, and Yelena activates explosives and blows the whole place to hell. And then after she's blown the place to hell, she's all, Mama, Mama, Mama. And Red Guardian is all she's got. I'm like, what do you think was going to happen? She stayed behind to face a zombie horde and then you blew up the freaking place she was in. How did you think she was gonna survive? Like, come on. How? Oh my God. But that's what so they realize that they need to help Kamala Khan because everybody needs to help Kamala Khan get this device so they could contact the Nova Corps and save everybody. And Blade makes, I think the whole glowing eyes thing does look kind of cool. And it's clear who they model him after. That's what they're doing. But, it is cool. But so that's really the episode. Now, let me just give a quick breakdown of this. We have this first episode featuring three women nobody cares about: Kate Bishop, Riri Williams, and Kamala Khan. The first two get iced. Okay, good. And now it's pretty clear this is going to be a Kamala Khan story. Finally seeing Blade. Okay, cool. Not a problem. You understand? He's still not a big fan of, Red Guardian being a jokey idiot, but still okay. No problem there. Yelena was less depressing in this, which is always a good thing. The whole she running mama fearless blew up the place. That was a little ridiculous, but okay. Getting to see Blade do some actual, sword fighting skills really does look cool. And him being, the avatar of Khonshu is an interesting twist. With a preferred if he was just a vampire, but well, a daywalker, I should say. But still, okay. Overall, the only things that kind of saved this episode was Blade being somewhat interesting, Yelena not being a depressed pain in the neck. Some of the actions is a little interesting, but I really have no interest in Kamala Khan, no interest in Riri Williams, no interest in Kate Bishop. The fact this is going to be a Kamala Khan thing is really already depressing enough. But, like I say, certain things did kind of save this. My final rating for episode 1 of Marvel Zombies, I will give this a 2 out of 5. And I only get a 2 out of 5 because of Blade and the fact that Yelena wasn't depressing and some of the action scenes were kind of good. That was it. But this is going to be a Kamala Khan thing. We could clearly see that. So we're going to get moving forward. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. A different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.